That's. Oh, I can't say that. I'm bleeping that. 1 sec. Give me a time code.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 71 of the Game Day Tars podcast. We got Dayton, Dallas, and Dakota here with us today. I'm Riley, of course. As you can see, let's not even get into anything else. Dak, you're wearing the Blue Jays jerseys. Let's talk about some Blue Jays baseball here tonight. World Series, first time in 32 years. We're not necessarily baseball guys. I know two of you are. I'm not really a huge baseball guy, but man, what an electric night tonight. Absolutely insane. Talk about that a little bit, whichever one you want to talk about it, because it was electric.
First off, it's a Friday night. I thought they were going to be wearing the City Connect jersey that I just had out, because that's usually their Friday night get up. Might not be with the postseason. They might want to stick with what's been working for them. The White Caps, they were working. They went away from the White Caps, wore the Blue Caps last game. But whatever works for the Blue Jays, I'm not here to complain about it. An 11-4 win. Let's go Canada.
Yeah, what a big 11-4 win for the Jays in Game 1 of the World Series. As you said, Rye, 32 years. It's been a long wait. Trey Savage, a guy who literally started in February in a single A, has made his way through AA, AAA, started in, the big show, and now he's starting Game 1 of the World Series. Like, he impressed the Blue Jays throughout the course of the year, and now he was, the go-to man. He got the nod from John Schneider to start Game 1 of the World Series, and wow, I mean, he pitched pretty well, too. Even the bullpen, too, bailed out the team, too. And then the Dodgers just completely imploded, in the sixth inning. Like, wow, 9 runs. 9 runs, right? And Blake Snell, right, I'm pretty sure he was credited for, I think, the 3 earned runs that he left on base. So, and then, the bullpen, they didn't help him out either. So, I know what you were saying earlier, Dave, about keeping guys fresh, like how we saw the Blue Jays really rotate out throughout their bullpen tonight with, I think, 6 different pitchers. But it's good to keep these guys fresh because, you know what, Toronto had, 3, maybe 4 days off compared to the Dodgers, who have had almost a week off when they swept the Milwaukee Brewers, right? And you think of teams like throughout these playoffs that were gunning for a World Series, right? Think of Cleveland. This is by far the longest stretch that they have not won a World Series, 77 years, right? Padres, they got beat up by the Cubs, unfortunately. They've never won a World Series, right? They've been there in 1984. They got beat by Detroit. And then 1998 against the Yankees, they lose. So it's kind of cool to see some different teams in the mix now. Obviously, we see the Dodgers going for back-to-back, but it's cool to see a team like the Jays, Canada's team, finally back in the big show. And boy, this is it's very electrifying. Like, boys, continue this on. This is incredible to see. It's great baseball.
I was so confused. Savage, I think, he struck out Ohtani the first out of the game. And then they went to the crowd, and there was this one family that looked like the Jays won the World Series there. And I was like, what the fuck are these guys doing? It's out one of the World Series. Then they were like, oh, look at his dad, so proud. I was like, okay. His dad sees him strike out Ohtani, out one of the World Series. That's fine. I thought it was just some random family just celebrating as if they won the World Series after 1 out. I was like, settle down, Toronto, but that's fine.
If I was in that position as a Jays fan, I'd probably still give a little fist pump. Let's go. It's the best player in the world. He just struck out one. He's 22.
Oh no, so the fans around were cheering, but they grabbed each other as a group of people and hats were flying and they were just losing it. And I was like, whoa, let's have some composure here. Act like this isn't our first time. But that makes sense. It literally was his kid's first time, so it's totally okay.
And you're also going through the meat of the order for the LA Dodgers here, too. When you got Ohtani, Max Muncy, and Teoscar Hernandez, Kiki Hernandez, and, these guys, and Freddie Freeman, too, the Canadian. Freddie Freeman, the Canadian, also got booed, by the way, which was crazy. But also the Jays crowd did not shy away from anyone getting booed.
Yeah,
other than Teoscar pregame.
They did give some respect to Freeman as well pregame. Same as they did with Teoscar, but yeah, I don't know. Just to get through the media lineup 1, 2, 3, Shohei, Freeman, and Betts, like it's pretty good. Good on Savage. One guy that I thought had a great game. I told you guys I was cooking something up.
Nice.
What a game from the kid. You just you look like you fit the part right now, Dali. You got the goatee. You look like you could be on the mound right now.
Buddy, that should have been a Tigers jersey, but obviously they're not there right now. But
a bit like Shane Bieber.
Gotta respect it. Yeah, Shane Bieber, almost like a doppelganger. Fair enough.
Yeah, shave the goatee a little bit.
Did you guys hear Freeman's passport story at the airport?
Yeah.
When he was flying,
where's your Canadian passport?
Scan it, and the security guy, because he gave his American passport, so the security guy was like, "Where's your Canadian one?" That was pretty good. Like just grilling him for not repping Canada. I thought that was pretty good.
What a guy. I mean, he is on an American team. But.
Yeah, no, I don't care about it. I just he was laughing about it. He was telling the story. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm getting grilled as soon as I land, he said. So
to think how much animosity this team has gone through, like in the 2020s already, like, you know, losing former teammate Teoscar Hernandez to now, well, he went to Texas and then went to LA. But like when you had guys in free agency like Freddie Freeman, you know, hometown kid, they weren't able to get him. He went to LA, signed for big bucks. Shohei Ohtani allegedly could have signed here. That was a whole big story, but then he went to LA. But
dude, the plane was on its way.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was there. We were literally in class. We got the notification. And then the whole day I was on my balcony, 32 floors high on Bloor Street, looking up. And I'm like, where is this guy? I had a perfect angle of the planes coming into Billy Bishop. We were in a group chat. We were like, boys, like someone get out. Like we all got to be looking. Like where's someone track this thing? Turned out to be a guy from like Shark Tank or something that was on an unmarked plane from Anaheim. Like, get out of here.
I've only ever gotten to see Shohei play once, and that was in Detroit, but he was also playing for the Angels at the time. So, like, this guy's phenomenal. Like, could you think of what he could do in a Blue Jays uniform? Like,
I don't want to think about it.
I know it sucks. I know.
Him, Soto.
No, we're fine. We don't even need him.
Don't need him.
Don't need him.
Clearly don't need him. Look at the Jays. They're literally in the World Series, so fuck them.
Well, boys, we are a hockey podcast. You want to skip ahead to the division standings, talk about some teams that might be impressing us or maybe surprising us?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Right. Why don't we talk about the struggling teams if we want to, or I mean, we could talk about the good teams. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to talk top of the order or bottom of the order? Speaking baseball terms.
Cellar, the basement.
All right, let's go.
There we go. Whoever wants to start, go for it, because I gave a big spiel on the live today, so you guys go ahead and talk your hearts out.
Minnesota. You just signed Kirill Kaprizov to like a top level deal, like the most money in history, was it not, in the NHL? Yeah. So like, can you not give this guy some support around? I know it might not be the reason. Maybe they're not just performing. Guys like Brock Faber, I thought he was solid last year. Haven't quite seen how he's been performing, but you would think a team with guys like Joel Eriksson, Max Zuccarello, Brock Faber, like names like that have been coming up. I know Zuccarello's a vet, but he's been there and he's been performing and producing every year. And goalies like Wallstedt, Gustafsson, they're on the upcoming, but I don't know. This Minnesota team just kind of surprised me a little bit.
I'm going to pick on Toronto a little bit here, okay?
Do it.
You know, I think they're having some issues, and I know the goalie issues are still persisting, right? Like, I know Stolarz, he was a wonderful goaltender in Anaheim, okay? And then Toronto saw some in him. They're like, okay, let's grab him. But Toronto within like the last 8 years have never had a real solidified number one starting goaltender, right? They've been bouncing around a lot, internally, externally, bringing in guys via trades or free agency, and then also drafting, right? And going through the system to the Marlies. But like Stolarz, he is your last line of defense, but you got to play in front of him. Well-oiled team, right? Guys like Jake McCabe, Bobby McMahon, like, yes, these guys are stepping up on the blue line, but come on, guys. Like, when you start blaming your teammates, that creates a little bit of animosity in the room. When your goalie's calling out your veteran forwards, there's a problem. There is an issue because you guys are playing like ass. You're always supposed to step up to the plate and play big time. You're making the big boy bucks. Guys like Austin Matthews, great. He scored a goal tonight, but they also still lost 5-3 to Buffalo, right? And they're playing a double header, a home and home. So,
and nobody was watching that?
No, because they want to watch the Jays, right?
Even the people at Scotiabank were allowed to stay after.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's always the same revolving door with Toronto, right? They're always having issues internally. Like, they could just never figure it out. It's like, when is enough? And something drastic has to change with this team. Like, yes, I think, losing Mitch Marner was a big hit to them, but I don't know. Do you think they're missing him big time because they're sure as shit not scoring enough right now? William Nylander, though, he could be left out of this conversation. He's always stepping up last season and this season. He's been their best player regardless.
You were talking about goalies in like the last 7 or 8 years. Who remembers when they brought in Bernier?
Jonathan Bernier.
Bernier to be like the next big thing.
Well, they just signed Reimer's back. Reimer's in the system.
No, they dropped him. They signed him for like a PTO, but they dropped him.
Okay,
dude,
I didn't know if they kept him.
Detroit and Toronto have been like swapping Bernier and Reimer both in the rotation for like I don't know how many years. Like I don't know. A guy like John Gibson would have been looking good in Toronto. But hey, we did call it 2 years ago that he went to Detroit, so that was pretty cool.
They picked up Caden Primo, right?
Caden Primo, yes, Toronto.
Great job. Like,
do you guys think because this year now is the first year we're seeing this free dress code, and I don't know if a team is taking more advantage of it than the Toronto Maple Leafs. Did you guys see that one post where the Toronto social media team literally had to color over in black Matthews pants because whatever he was wearing, they like didn't want it to be seen? There's a picture of him, and if you zoom in on it, it's like you can see the finger drawing of black over his pants, and it's like all of a sudden it just goes like arch. It's really, really weird.
Great Photoshop skills. Wow.
Like, I don't know what he did or what he was wearing, and I don't know what they didn't want people to see, but like that's your captain, and your social media team has to cover up something he's wearing. Like, Matthews has always been the guy who likes to push things as far as he can because he's just this, I'm just laid back, dude. Well, it's like maybe they're too laid back as a group, and it's just really showing.
I just hope they don't start dressing like NBA players, man. They wear the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit to games.
The winning culture is there in Toronto, guys. Like we've seen, Toronto FC, we've seen the Toronto.
Okay, how do we go from the dress codes to the winning culture? I'm sorry, that's crazy.
Okay, well, hold on, I'll get there, right? And then yes, the Blue Jays are back in the World Series, but the Toronto Maple Leafs are the only Toronto team right now that hasn't won a championship, nor have they been really having that, big playoff winning culture or even regular season lately. It's like, what? Why are they the odd one out, right? Why are they the one on the outside looking in when you have the whole city behind all these other teams, and yet the Maple Leafs are still struggling, apparently? Like, what is it? The dress code? Is it the missing players? Like, what is actually going on? But enough of Toronto. Let's just move on because you can go on and on about why the hell the Toronto Maple Leafs are the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I'm just seeing if anyone
through and through.
I don't think he can tie a tie. That must be it. I don't know. I just do want to.
I can't find one, but like, yeah, no, it's literally like I've seen them. They wear baggy hoodies. They wear the like ball caps, and it's not just the Maple Leafs. Lots of like, I won't even lie. I hated what Kucherov wore the other day. He wore a baggy short sleeve T-shirt and baggy pants. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're playing terrible this year, Kucherov. Fucking shape up there, buddy. So it's not just to the Maple Leafs, but it's like the Maple Leafs at their core are these cool dudes who just don't always put in the best effort. And I don't know if it's adding to it. I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
Like I don't think suits need to be mandatory still, but
No,
at least some level of professionalism. Like, why the baggy clothes? Like, even if you just wore a dress shirt and, you know, like maybe a pair of like decent pants or whatever, sure. But why are we wearing baggy clothes? Like, again, back to the NBA. I think it was like a couple of years ago, Simmons or something was wearing like this outrageously long sleeve shirt where the sleeves were like 3 feet past his arm or hands. I just hope we don't get to that level.
Oh, I'm sure we will. Unfortunately, it just takes guys to be more and more bold.
And like big furry coats. I could see Matthews coming in like a big furry coat and just looking like an idiot.
I'll see if I can find something here.
Like Russell Westbrook coming in like this. But that's not even bad compared to some of the things they do. Like,
you guys want to talk about style?
What is this?
Did any of you catch Carolina versus Colorado? Hartford jerseys and the Nordiques jerseys the other night. Who thought that was a cool
my ass?
Yeah, like that.
I did see that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a good nod.
Do you guys ever watch the NHL Classics back in the day?
Here, one sec. I got that photo.
Like, what were you going to refer to?
Well, I was just going to say, like, you guys watch. Okay, yeah, that's really bad.
Here, one sec. I'll turn that light up. I'll show you what they like. You can see them drawing his legs. Look at the way his leg is bent.
Oh my god!
Look at over his shoes. They drew something, and that's what he wore. He wore like a fuzzy sweater, and then whatever he was wearing.
That's
and like,
maybe he's got a broken leg. Maybe he's got a broken leg.
It's so bad.
He's got that stanky leg.
It's not even a good attempt at whatever they were trying to hide. But other that, yeah, that's a mute point. But I don't know. I'd love to talk about Dallas too. Like Dallas and Minnesota, of all the teams failing, are in like the best spot. They're tied with Minnesota with 7 points. Their division is pretty open. And they're easily the best team at the bottom of the league right now. I think there's no doubt about that. If anyone's going to turn it around, it's them. Because what are they outside of the playoffs? They're only like 2 points or something.
Do you know who has been cold for Dallas, but who's been turning it up? Miro Heiskanen is now cold, and Jason Robertson has finally found his form again, and he's turning it up, right? So yeah, it's kind of weird now.
And Matt Boldy, even though Minnesota's doing bad, Matt Boldy is on fire this year, which is really good for them to see. Does anyone else want to talk about Tampa? Because I've talked about Tampa a ton. I know you guys hate it when I talk, but maybe give some not fan-based perspectives on what you guys are thinking about Tampa. Or
I'll be honest, I haven't watched like a whole lot of the NHL other than like some Habs games, but just to see Tampa at the bottom of the division for like the first time in like years, it's kind of shocking. Like Tampa, Boston at the bottom as well. That's not really a usual thing. I don't know.
Below Buffalo. We're 4 points behind Buffalo.
That's not good.
Middle pack of the order right now in the Atlantic Division with Toronto.
Buffalo's in a playoff spot. Might we add that at the moment? They're in 4th in the Atlantic.
Shout out to Kate Bretner, Dallas. Colton Ellis.
Yep.
Won the Telus Cup with the West Islanders and then played 4 years with Rimouski. Got his first win the other night. So Kate Bretner in the mix.
That's actually one thing I was talking about earlier. If you guys want to chime in on that, was Colton Ellis. Because I was talking about, I said, Buffalo has their new goalie of the future, but it's not who you think it is.
Not Devin Levi.
Have they screwed up this? So I made a comparison. This was to Brady Martin. This was to Devin Levi. And then it was to every prospect that ever went through the New York Rangers system. Has Buffalo blown their chance with Levi? Because we got to remember, Devin Levi was the big piece in the Reinhart trade that they wanted to get back, was a solid goaltender that they could turn out. They've never given him a shot. He's been behind Reimer. He's been behind Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. I don't even think he's the backup this year, is he? He's in the minors again. And now they call up this other kid, Colton Ellis. It's only one game. But is Devin Levi's window closed? Is that essentially what Buffalo is telling it? Well, they called up a different goalie. They didn't even call up.
Yeah, but is Ellis now like solidified, or is that just one game?
It's just one game, but you know what I mean. Like them grabbing Ellis, does that mean that they've moved?
Maybe he
on?
wants.
He was
Maybe they
on
want.
waivers.
Maybe they want competition.
Yeah, but at this point, as the team that they are and how they suck, should they not just be giving Devin Levi the net?
That's true.
Like they gave away Paterka. They've been giving away players every year, and then they're like, "Oh, maybe this year we'll get into the playoffs and get swept in the first round with a terrible goaltender and not play our young guys."
To be fair, when like Montreal was in the same spot, they ran a 3-goalie rotation with Primo, Allen, and Montembeault, and it fucked every one of them because they were playing like 3 games a night. I don't know. I guess I agree with what you're saying. Probably,
yeah.
I think it is. I think it is tougher with goalies though, because I mean, a lot of them don't become like you see a lot of goalies come into the league and they're like 26, 27, and that's kind of when they become their all-star or when they become all-stars in the league, right? Like it's kind of rare for an 18, 19, 20-year-old goalie to come in and just consistently dominate.
Well, I think Levi's hitting 23 this year.
I think Carey Price did something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
Carey Price.
yeah.
But that's
Well,
Carey
like-
Price.
Well,
How long
Marc-Andre
ago was
Fleury.
that? That's my point exactly, though.
2005, yeah, I know.
Vazzy was the last 19-year-old goaltender to have a consistent role in the NHL when he backed up Ben Bishop.
And now you look at the first rounders recently, dude. They're not getting like Kosa has yet to flourish at NHL level. Wallstead even. Askarov. I mean, maybe now Askarov is.
Well, he still sucks, but he's on a team where they can afford to play him.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
Buffalo
So
should be doing. But I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that's why Columbus took the shot on Andreanov, the
Yes.
goalie that because he can't come over right away. He's still got like contract left in Russia,
Yeah,
but by then he'll be old enough and developed.
one guy I'm
O'Reilly.
super happy for is Spencer Knight. What a year he's
Going
had
up for Chicago.
Yeah.
He definitely needed a change of pace from Florida. It was obviously Bob's net, and he just wasn't going to see the 60-40 load management there. So it was good to see he gets some credit where credit's due in Chicago. But I want to ask you this, Riley. Do you see the NHL's longest tenured coach right now in John Cooper on the hot seat and be fired by the end of the season if Tampa's struggles continue?
No.
No?
I've heard a lot of that. Dan Powers and Chris Powers talked about that. Because here's the thing. Here's the truth, which is actually the first time in a long time. I found this out today. I was kind of looking. Tampa Bay has their first-round draft pick this year, which is not normal. If this thing goes to hell this year, right? And I heard Dan and Chris talking about this. Do you really want to fire John Cooper? Like, who do you replace John Cooper with? Right? And what does he last? A day on the open market? They were like, and they were right about this. There's going to be a team that fires their head coach 5 minutes after John Cooper gets fired to pick him up. As soon as it's heard, someone is getting fired and John Cooper is getting hired.
Sorry,
Go
quick
ahead.
side note. Speaking of coaches fired, did any of you see the last Dolphins game where McDaniel got fired live on air? Mid-game against the
Finally
Browns?
got fired?
Yep, security came down and they were told by management. And then you can see he got fired because he's going like, and then he turns his back and walks to the locker room mid-game, mid-play.
That's crazy.
It was sad. Dude, they got blown up by the Browns, the Dolphins. So, yeah, speaking of coaches fired, that sucks.
Not his fault. Tua Tagovailoa sucks. That team sucks. Tyreek broke his leg. Like, what the hell is that guy supposed to do? He can't make miracles happen. But either way, for John Cooper, like, yeah, who do they bring in? There's no one to bring in. I don't know if you guys heard this, but so this was John Cooper's last year of his contract. If you look at coaching contracts, his is no longer expiring. So in the offseason, at some point, they very secretly re-signed Cooper to an undetermined extension, dollars and years. So Julian Breezeball literally just re-signed him. He's the coach they know. He's coaching Team Canada this year. I think if the team's going to suck, 2026 is a pretty good year to get a draft pick if they're going to suck. And you just go from there because – but it's it's not necessarily. Dude, Cooper is screaming at guys on the bench. Kucherov's making bad plays. Hedman, I've said this. Hedman has looked the worst he's ever looked. It's terrible. Vazzy has looked the worst I've ever seen him look. Kucherov has looked the worst I've ever seen him look.
What about
Kucherov
Cirelli,
looks like
Chernak? What about those guys? Your middle pack order guys.
McDonough and Chernak are looking fantastic, but they're all defense. Actually, McDonough has been playing offensive lately. He's got 3 points. But it's like, our best line has been Pontus Holmberg, Yanni Gord, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. That's the only line Cooper won't change up. Connor Geekie just got sent down to the minors. They're looking for something, and we'll see what it is. But I don't know. Cooper is fine, in my opinion. Just if they didn't have that first-round draft pick, maybe that changes everything, right? But
I also think Tampa is one of those teams where it's like, if they have a slump, now is the best time to get through it. And then you're probably going to pick up the pace down the road. And then, who knows, depending on where you are in the standings, that first round might even get traded at the deadline for something, right?
Yep. Steven Stamkos. Elliot Friedman just announced that Steven Stamkos and Nashville Predators are reportedly looking at having talks about finding an alternative solution to him there. And obviously all the Tampa people are like, bring him back. How they would do it, I have no idea. But
that has not.
There's talks.
I think at this point it's let Stamkos retire a Lightning. I wouldn't bring him back for however many years he's got left, right? I would bring him back for retiring, but yeah.
Right, do what they did with Fleury, right? Just do an exhibition game. You can retire, back where you started. So I think that's a good nod for sure. But wow, that has not aged well, boys. For Steven Stamkos going to Smashville. That has been just a disaster.
If Tampa could get him back on like 50% retained, if two teams retain him and he's like $4 million, and I don't know, they have guys not working out on their team that are really not worth it. Hedman's 4-year, $8 million deal that he signed is not looking too good either now. So I don't know. Who knows? The world is up, but John Cooper's safe. That's the moral of my story. John Cooper's safe this year. If this goes this year and next year with this same core, now he's got a first-round exit, and then he wouldn't have made the playoffs. And then if he's not looking like he's going to make the playoffs again, yeah, I think next year would be the year. But too many factors with the new contract, the young season, it's Team Canada, it's just going to change everything, I think. So.
And then there's just your habitant at the top there, Dave. Just minding their own business, not giving a fuck about, what's going on with the collapse of the Atlantic Division. So I'm sure you're just really happy seeing Marty St. Louis taking that team and just going in the absolute right direction with all the young stars. Cole Caulfield, by the way, I'm a fantasy owner. I always draft Cole Caulfield every year. He's just exploding for offense, right? Ivan Demidov, I'm sure you guys seen it. I know we talked about it in the group chat. That nasty goal he scored the other night. He is ready. He is NHL ready. So, and Lane Hudson getting that extension, everything is going right for Montreal. Sucks to see Tampa now, not at the top anymore, and they're starting to struggle. It's starting to show. It's nice to see new teams in the mix now at the top.
Of course, I'm frustrated by it, but at the same time, I don't like I said, they sold their first round pick. If there's a year where they're going to falter and say, right now, their third overall pick, it's a pretty good place to be.
I'd say the next 3 years, you're probably sitting pretty good for the top pick. You got McKenna, DuPont, and then you got Schultz.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Of course, you guys hear it. I'm frustrated as fuck watching these games. I'm like, holy shit, these are embarrassing. This is annoying to watch. You guys know I just lose my lid at this stuff. But at the end of the day, when you back up, you're like, okay, it's not necessarily the worst thing.
And I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, Calgary, please keep losing. Winnipeg keeping our hopes alive. Also, Dayton, I'm seeing that Martin St. Louis is interested in Kadri. Take him off my hands, buddy.
Really?
He made a comment saying Kadri would fit their system perfectly on the second line center.
Yeah, he would too. But
Also, I got to say something, Riley, to you and Colton for calling me out about Pittsburgh getting McKenna this year. False, buddy. It's probably going to be the Flames the way they're playing compared to
No,
Pittsburgh up here.
There's going to be a pre-recorded draft thing. Calgary's going to get the top pick, and Bettman's going to be like, redo.
Just give it to another fucking.
It'll be like San Jose. Calgary can get second. That can be their highest ever pick, but they ain't getting first. You got nothing to say, Ryan?
No, dude. I'm just
because it's false. Yeah. It's so false. Pittsburgh ain't getting McKenna, man. I know.
It's McKenna. You never know how it works.
It's out. Calgary's time.
Pittsburgh could be almost bankrupt and need to be saved by a 18-year-old kid again.
Again, for like what, the third time? So yeah. 84 and 05, boys. Remember those years. That's when
that's what Kindle's for, dude.
Ben Kindle actually scored his first professional goal the other night, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he did.
Another good prospect in the Penn system.
Well, fellas, we got some stuff to talk about right after this. We've got some Brady Martin stuff, and we're exactly 2 months away from Christmas on the day of the recording right now. Well, at least out here on the East Coast we are. You guys have a couple more hours to go, so that kind of marks a perfect time to talk about the World Juniors. We'll be right back after this.
Hockey is back, and this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, brings you all the speed, skill, and nonstop action you love. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the unmatched intensity of the NHL right to your fingertips. From player props to the thrill of live in-game betting, every drop of the puck is your shot to win big. This week on the DraftKings Sportsbook, you can find lines like the Detroit Red Wings at plus 130 dogs against the LA Kings, or the New Jersey Devils at minus 230 favorites over the San Jose Sharks. All lines and odds are subject to change. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get paid out $300 in bonus bets instantly. Light the lamp all season long with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets instantly if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.com/audio. Limited time offer.
Fellas. How we doing? Ready to talk some Brady Martin?
Yep.
Because I know, Dallas, you brought this up in the chat earlier, and Riley, you've been vocal about this recently too. Go ahead.
Yeah, so recently Brady Martin was reassigned back to the OHL by the Nashville Predators. You know, he got a good taste of the NHL. Like I mentioned previous in our last episode that I was on, that he had a little bit disserviced by the team, you know, not starting him in his hometown, technically of Toronto, you know, his closest NHL team to play in front of family and friends. But this is good, though. This really helps his development going back to junior. You know, Sue is currently 8-6 to start the year. He brings a lot of physicality, a good scoring touch back to their lineup. So this is going to be a really good year for Brady Martin to really break out in the OHL. And a lot of teams are going to be eyeing him up too. I kind of mentioned this morning that maybe a team like, you know, the surging Ottawa 67s could be on the market and calling, you know, to inquire about Brady. Also, maybe another top team like Owen Sound, who has really had a surprising, you know, really good push out the gate to start the year. And the 12-2 Windsor Spitfires, I know they could really use his talents up front as well. So it'd be very interesting to see the season unfold for Brady. Probably going to be one of the leading goal getters as well for the OHL. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch how he progresses this year.
Yeah, for me, I'm just going to say kind of what I said on the live, but maybe a little bit more. I mean, I think this is bullshit. I mean, here's what you do with a rookie. You either keep him the 9 games he can get, or you don't keep him at all. The fact that they played him in 2 games, he got 1 assist in those first 2 games. They sat him for 4 games, including the Toronto game, like you said, Dallas. He played 10 minutes the other night versus Anaheim, and then they send him down. So it took him a month to play 3 games. Now they send him to the minors. What the fuck does that do for this kid? Sure, he got 3 NHL games in. That's good. And he practiced with NHLers. That's good. He could be almost 20 games into a season right now with the Sioux Greyhounds, probably close to 40 points. Tell me which one is actually better for him at this point in his career. If they were going to play him like they said they were, and this, we have a plan for Brady. What the fuck was your plan? 3 games in a month? What a stupid plan that was. So to me, they fucking sucked at this. I'm so pissed. I don't even know Brady Martin really at all. Like, I literally learned about him just for the draft. Bad on me for not really knowing him as a prospect. But, like, now seeing the way that they've handled him, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, Nashville?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he would have 40 points in 20 games. I know the OHL starts around the same time as the Q, and the Q is only around like 10 to 12 games in. But I get where you're coming from. He would light it up, and it would be better for his development just to keep him there from the start. And I think it was the Empty Netters guys that had a thing out. Like, maybe it was – no, it was Jay Swish. It was Jay Swish, friend of the show. Because I remember the long paragraph being like, what is the point of, like, yeah, Bettman, come on. We need the preseason to be longer because we need another look at this guy that's going to get sent – coincidentally, he said this, going to get sent back to the Sioux. And lo and behold, it actually happened. Got a longer preseason. The Preds got this kid from the Sioux that they thought they needed another look at, kept him for a few games. Like you guys have touched on multiple times, had him in his hometown, like an hour and a half from Toronto, Elmira, so it's not that far. Dick move.
That's the best way to describe it. It was a dick move.
Need some water?
Sorry, just tight chest right now. Getting over it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Dick move, Dayton. Dick move.
Dick move. Yeah. Oh, me. Yeah, it was a dick move. My bad.
Calling him out. You need some water? Oh, careful with your hand.
Says the one who's actually sick right now. I just got over a cold.
Oh, yeah, I know. I look like Rudolph right now.
Yeah, chat. Can you tell?
Don't say chat. We're not streamers.
Technically.
Dick move number 2, back to back.
Actually, technically, that'd be 3.
True.
Brady Martin would be dick move number 1.
True.
Dayton.
Triple dick moves.
Yeah, what was the third dick move?
Fuck, whatever you just said. I'm blanking it already. I moved
All
on.
right.
I was reading
Lightning sucks.
Okay. World Juniors, longer camp.
Let's go. This one I'm kind of pumped about. I'll kind of recap this one. So Scott Wheeler sat down with Alan Millar of Hockey Canada months ago. It was reported that these camps were going to start late November, which I was actually a huge fan of. And the CHL teams were in agreement with this, but I think late November is a little too long to take some of your best players away from CHL teams. That's like 8-9 games where they already probably missed 4 or 5. So what's the point of taking them away from that long? They're good enough to create chemistry. But what I'm saying is the longer camp will probably result in throwing away the 2 games against the U Sports. Longer camp from the 12th to the 24th. They take Christmas Day off. They play on the 26th. By then, you should have lots of chemistry. And there's just one thing I hope they go with this year, and it's the 2 words, skill adapts. Skill adapts to whatever position you put it. You don't need a 4th liner to come play on your World Juniors team, because a 1st liner from the Sarnia Sting that would be like a 3rd liner in Kitchener. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but like you get guys that are good enough to play the roles.
Yes.
Yes.
Have 1st liners flush down the middle, on the wings, every first liner you can get.
Do you guys remember
Build your team?
Do you guys remember the Swiss coach? I forget his name. Greatest soundbite ever from World Juniors history. He was like, they're better than us, they're stronger than us, they skate faster than us, they can shoot harder than us. What are we going to do against them? What am I going to tell my team? And then he's like, they have how many guys in the first round and the rest in the second round? And I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what
You just
Canada needs to
accepted it,
build
yeah.
their team around. First rounders. We have so many. Boom. Rant's over.
Does DuPont make it?
True.
Yes.
So does DuPont make it? Does Verhoff make it?
Yeah. I'm not
Does
set
the
on
Ryan
Verhoff,
Lynn
though.
kid make it?
Ryan Lynn?
Ryan Lynn, Vancouver Giants.
17 or 16?
Yeah, same. He's 2026 draft. There's Daxon Rudolph too.
No,
I don't know
Rudolph.
if you can have them all.
I don't think no, because you still have got. Man, this is tough.
Because you might not have Schaefer. Doesn't look
Yes,
like they
you
have
will.
Schaefer.
I think you'll have Matt Schaefer.
Matt Schaefer's about to be like 20 points in 40 games in
Yeah,
the NHL. I don't think the Islanders are letting him go.
I also don't think you should leave Ryan Lynn off either. His first 6 games to start the year for the Giants, 10 points, right? He's leading that team as a defenseman. So I think you'd want his skill.
I think for
Canada.
I think for Matthew Darche, he's leading the Islanders in a different way. He's got this kid, Matthew Schaefer, who's obviously one of the best young prospects in the world. He knows he can be. And he got his tournament cut short last year, probably the one tournament that every kid wants to play in. I think he'll let him go back, to be honest. Matthew Darche is Canadian too, so
Yeah.
why not?
Or he'll probably say, don't run into a post.
Yeah, that's literally the only thing he has to do is not go flying into the crossbar with your and you'll be fine.
Or just call up
Verhoff first pair would be unreal.
Or literally just call up anybody from Blainville, and there you go. There's your stars right there.
Does Aitchison make it? That's a real question. Does Keyshawn?
Yeah, he probably does. They could use a guy like him.
I think so too.
Have you been watching his OHL highlights this year? He's just absolutely dump trucking, just hits out there, just open ice hits.
He did last year.
He was my favorite prospect in the draft, not for skill, not just like the kid plays so fucking hard. I loved his game. I was hoping he fell, but obviously he didn't.
He's like a Bufflin 2.0.
Didn't he fall out of the first round?
No, he went 14th to the Islanders. They got Schaefer, Eklund, and Aitchison in the first round.
Greasy.
Yeah, that's what they did.
2 picks from Montreal. You're welcome. Thanks for Dobson. Doesn't really do much. Actually, he made a sick pass the other night to Caulfield, and then Caulfield went like forehand, backhand, then tuck one from below the goal line. And I was like, okay, not bad. Thanks, Skinner. Or it might have been Pickard. Whoever it was, both goalies are not good.
No.
The officiating in that game sucked.
Yeah, I guess we'll just – I do kind of want to touch on that too. The officiating in that Montreal game was kind of shitty. Yeah, they go up 5-3, score 3 goals in a minute and 50 seconds, and then who was it? Slavkovsky got called for boarding. He literally just rode a guy into the boards, and the guy just fell. Anderson shot the puck away from the net, like out of the net, goes in the net, he shoots it away. I see that happen every game.
Gallagher, you mean?
No, that was Anderson, I'm pretty sure. Anderson was the one that got called for it.
Oh, Josh Anderson.
Yeah.
I was thinking Rasmus, sorry.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It wasn't even in the game. I'm just being dumb.
And then they get 3 penalties to come back and eventually get 3 goals, win the game 6-5 in regulation. In regulation. That's all.
That's all he's got on the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know, man. I was feeling that same thing, man. Tampa was 1 minute away from overtime versus Chicago. They blew it. Kucherov with a huge giveaway. Bazzi with a massive rebound. Kuch and Hedman not back checking. Just
Chicago, another team that's taking advantage of these dress code changes. Bedsy, he's got the no socks thing going again. Buddy, put some socks on.
No socks is fine. I don't mind no socks.
I actually used to go no socks in my skates. And then one year I lost the insole of my skate, so I was literally bare feet on rivets.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
No, I mean, yeah.
You could have just got another insole.
No, it fell out before the game.
Also,
And
shout out
I-
to Chicago.
No, go ahead.
I was quickly talking about Bedsy and the Blackhawks. Shout out to the Chicago Blackhawks of figuring it out finally. Within 700 days, they finally have a good winning percentage above 500. So they actually got something cooking in the Windy City.
Yeah, and then they make a dumb trade sending Lucas Reichel for a
To
fourth round
Vancouver.
pick.
What the hell was that, right? What about Korchinski? Have you guys figured out what you're going to do with him, right? Like, Vancouver could definitely take him off your hands, right?
What's he worth? A seventh? If they're getting a fourth for a guy who has 4 points in 5 games this year?
I don't know. He was a really highly touted first rounder, so I don't know. He kind of just fell off a little bit there.
He's fallen off quite a bit, but to start the year, he had 4 points in 5 games, and it's not like Chicago's in a hurry to make the playoffs. So I don't know what the rush was to like decide that you didn't want the kid anymore and give him up for nothing. I mean, would any team in the NHL not have wanted to pay a 4th round pick for that kid? I would have thrown a 4th round pick in a heartbeat to get that kid.
For Tampa, it probably would have been your first round.
True. Actually, it would have been like Jeannot. It would have been our best defensive prospect, and then like every pick in the draft.
Did you just say Tanner Jeannot is your best offensive prospect?
No, when we traded for him, and we gave up Cal Foote, and then like
He was your best offensive prospect?
the best offensive prospect.
Defensive? Tanner Jeannot?
Cal Foote. When Tampa
They gave
traded
up their best defensive prospect for Tanner Jeannot. Dayton.
Oh, okay. I thought you were calling Tanner Jeannot.
And now look at Jeannot. He's not even there no more.
Oh,
no,
the guy's
he's in LA. No,
suck.
he's in Boston. He's in Boston.
And guess where Cal Foote is?
We don't talk about that. We don't know where
Unsigned.
he is.
Nice one.
Carter
Guy.
Hart back then.
Dude,
Okay, that seems like a great spot to wrap things up here on Game Day
Way to
Tarps.
kill the air.
We got one more question to go around for everyone. Is Halloween coming up?
No.
Yeah. What's your favorite type of chocolate bar? Dallas?
Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
That's. Oh, I can't say that. I'm bleeping that. 1 sec. Give me a time code.
I was waiting for
47.50.
Dallas to go. I was waiting for Dallas to say fucking. But like really.
Just say that's lame. Say that's lame.
Yeah. No, I'm just keeping it in. I'm just gonna bleep it.
Or
What's
just
your
give me
favorite
that.
chocolate bar, right?
Kit Kat for sure. And then
Oh, break it.
break it.
What about you, Dak? Wait, hold on.
We got to
You look
restart
like a
that. buddy.
coffee. You look like a coffee crisp guy.
Nah, you know what, dude? I like a Twix. I like a mean Twix.
A mean Twix.
I made a mistake. I might backtrack to a Twix. Twix is good.
That's
But
wild.
I'll keep the Kit Kat. I'll keep the Kit Kat, but Twix is good.
Nah, you just gotta go original. Hershey's milk. Like, can't go wrong. Really can't.
Pretty lame.
Or if we're talking like just chocolate in general, I'll take a Lindor, like the soft chocolate in the middle. You get a bag at the store for
You like
Christmas.
the
for like
soft chocolatey
20
balls or
bucks.
what?
Yeah, if we're the Lindor ones, sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They got some good filling.
yeah, for sure. All right, fellas. A little bit of NHL talk, a little bit of Blue Jays talk, a little bit of chocolate balls talk. But yeah, that's what we do here on Game Day Tarps. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go like, subscribe, share the videos around. Dallas, Riley, Dakota, Dayton tuning in from you. An 11-4 win for the Blue Jays, by the way, fellas. Let's get another one tomorrow. We'll see you next time.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode over here on the Hockey Podcast Network and Game Day Tarps Podcast. We've got so much more for you. We've got lots cooking. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell so you never miss a beat. For myself and the other guys over here at Game Day Tarps, we'll see you next time.